And here's what you might think of as an unlikely collaboration, because one writes books which are known to be rather racy, and the other makes some of the best-loved family films ever made. But at the age of 87, the author, Dame Jilly Cooper, has teamed up with Disney.
What a partnership. It's for an 8-part TV adaptation of her classic novel, Rivals. You'll remember, a bestseller when it was published in 1988, quite controversial as well. And our entertainment correspondent, Colin Patterson, has been to meet her for a fun and frank conversation about what made her books so popular.
1986. You can have whatever you want.
1980s excess, whether in the boardroom or the bedroom. That's what Dame Jilly Cooper's book Rivals was all about. Now it's been turned into a Disney Plus TV series starring Aidan Turner and David Tennant.
Come on, come to the Cotswolds.
I wrote Rivals in there.
In there?
Yeah, in there, yes.
This is where all those scenes came from?
Yes, all those scenes came from.
Feels like there should be a plaque up there.
Yes, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Jilly Cooper has lived in the village of Bisley in the Cotswolds for more than 40 years.
What was it?
So it was Monk's Dormitory.
14th century Monk's Dormitory.
Can you imagine what they got up to?
Well, her books never left much to the imagination. Dubbed bonkbusters, they were packed with cavorting in the countryside, and she was very relieved when she saw the new TV version.
Ha!
It's fun. It's quite naughty too.
It doesn't hold back.
No.
You see male bottom before the opening credits of the first episode.
I know, I saw that. That was not in the book.
I want you to stay away from my daughter.
There's something different about Daggy.
Were you worried they'd try and change it too much, make it appropriate for now?
Well, I've just been reading it. It's quite, I mean, it's quite advanced. I mean, they drink so much in the book.
How are you finding revisiting it?
Well, it's very lots and lots and lots and lots of sex, and I mean, it's just very, very, very advanced, really.
Are you shocked by your own book?
Slightly surprised. Did I write that?
I think I've had this dream.
How much has the world changed from when you wrote it in the 80s to now?
I think women are much tougher and much stronger and much more forthright, and I think men are much less macho. I mean, macho's gone, isn't it?
I have to try harder than that if you want to beat me.
I also don't think the sexes are much closer, like each other, and the women are stronger and the men are weaker, and so therefore there's not so much sexual desire between them.
Despite your money,
That's not a problem her anti-hero, Rupert Campbell Black, ever had. Here, played by Alex Hassel.
Rupert Campbell Black, champion show jumper put out to pasture. It's an arrogant brat.
And back in the 80s, the idea of Jilly Cooper and Disney teaming up would have seemed remarkable.
I love Disney. As a child, Dumbo and Bambi and all that sort of thing. I mean, sort of hero word, isn't it?
You were a Disney fan?
Oh, yes, passionately. What child isn't? What grown-up isn't?
Because you were executive producer.
Yes, I wasn't really.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, I was just, it's a nice name to have on the thing. I mean, I occasionally said, no, I don't think they ought to be sort of jumping on each other quite so early in the story and things like that. Can we have more dogs?
I didn't ask to come here. They're all horses and dogs and houses and cars and the wives.
But there are aspects of modern life which make Dame Jilly despair.
A recent survey has found there's 40% less sex in films now than there was at the start of the millennium. What do you think's going on?
I think there's less. They jog. Everybody jogs. They get up in the morning and they jog all around the countryside for hours. They do exercises. That's what they do now. They don't have sex anymore.
Really?
People are far too tired to have sex now.
Jogging is bad for people's love life?
Yes. Yes, ruinous.
There is already talk of a second series, so while Dame Jilly hopes Rivals will run and run, she just wishes people wouldn't. Colin Patterson, BBC News, Bisley in the Cotswolds.
That looks great. Doesn't
You're
it?
excited about it, yeah?
I am excited.
I'm just imagining people watching right now with their trainers on, about to go for a jog, and then deciding, do I go for a jog? Do I not? What
does it say about me? Yeah, absolutely.
Am I going to be judged?
I have to say, Jilly Cooper was, if you were a teenage girl, I've said this before, in the 1980s, and you had to have a copy of Jilly Cooper's, any one of the books that she wrote. But
shared around the class.
Shared around the class. Yes, definitely.
Well, it's not just that. Wasn't Rishi Sunak famously admitted that Rivals or Writers, one of Jilly Cooper's books, was his favourite book?
Apparently so.
There we go. Put that in the Tory leadership contest. Rivals by Jilly Cooper is out on Disney Plus on the 18th of October. Lots of you messaging to say you're excited.